This is how to attract abundance part 2. There is also stuff because when you think about abundance, you gotta be like have an abundant mindset. It all seems super easy, but there's also just like a very important part to this, which is if you want to be abundant, if you want to have an abundant mindset, you have to accept the challenges that life throws at you. So if you have anxiety, if you have an illness, if you have a certain life situation, you have to accept it. You cannot escape it. Because the very definition of abundance is that you believe in infinite possibilities, and therefore you also know that you have access to all of them pretty easily, and therefore you don't care anymore about what happens in your life. It's not that you don't care anymore, but you don't react to it anymore because you know you are in control. And so all the stuff that you don't like about your life, if you want to attract abundance, first you have to accept that. And there's many things in my life that I don't like. For example, I have no friends. I have to sleep so much, like every day between 9 and 10 hours, or every night. And it's just like those two things, for example, are stuff that used to drive me crazy. I was like, how the hell am I gonna be happy or be successful if I fucking have to sleep at least like 9 hours and a half or 10 hours to feel good in my body, or if I have no friends, or if my digestion doesn't work normally. Like this morning, for example, I just drank a tea and ate melon, and then I had nausea for 1 hour. And this is like typically just an example to show you that when you're abundant, you don't care about that stuff. And I'm more and more fine about all of these because happiness doesn't depend on outer circumstances. It's all inside because you choose how you feel about certain things and the meaning you give to things. And more, I feel like, I don't know how it comes, but probably because I'm more and more aware and just more and more happy in my life. But I feel like my dream life, it's just like in my reach, you know. And therefore, all the stuff that's actually hard about my life, I start liking it because I'm like, what if it's just going to be too easy then? I want to struggle. I love struggling. I don't want, maybe this is a limiting belief, but I don't want other people to struggle and I'll just be there, you know, in my villa and not struggle at all. And that's probably a limiting belief because, I mean, it doesn't help anyone if I struggle. It probably helps more people if I don't. But it's just to show you that the positive aspect of what I'm talking about right now is that the things that I used to see as really unbearable in my life, now I start liking them. Now I'm like, when I have nausea or stuff, I'm like, this is great because I'm gonna heal anyways. I'm powerful. I'm gonna have the life I just love. For example, also, I've been I've never had a date with a woman in my whole life, and I haven't have had sex a lot either. And during a long time, this was like such a shame. I felt shame because of it, and now I'm like, I'm more and more confident, more and more happy, and I feel that also that women and people in general, they feel that, you know, they want to be part of it. They're like, why is this guy so fucking happy? And I can feel that, and therefore I don't feel shame anymore because of what I went through, and that I never went on a date with any woman in my life. I find it really funny because then I imagine myself talking to my soulmate, and I'm like, I, it's kind of funny to be that confident and to have experience so little when it comes to women. It's just a funny thing to think about now for me. It's not shame, it's great. It's actually great because who has that? Not a lot of people. So if you're a virgin, or if you didn't have a lot of experience in your life with women, I guarantee you that maybe if you do like the shift, in your thoughts and how you feel, you're gonna find that funny. It's really cool to be different. And you don't have to be different if you had sex with a lot of women. It's great. It's just that for every stuff that sucks in your life, you can find a positive aspect about it. And so all this stuff that actually doesn't work in your life, take it as a lesson. And at the beginning, you'll be like, this is a lesson, and but you will still not accept it and hate it. And it's just with time that you will start to just like accept it. And accepting it is almost liking it. Almost. It's not liking it, but it's like you're fine with it. And it's really gradual, because even as I'm talking right now, all these problems, I still don't like them. But so I still haven't accepted them 100%, but it's more and more fine. I can feel I'm like 60, 70, 80% there in terms of acceptance and abundance, It feels like I feel better and better because I'm just in the fucking control of my own state. I'm more and more aware, and I feel more and more happy, just like regardless of what happens in my life. And I think it's also because I set the priorities. The priorities are not what I do, are not what happens. It's how I feel. And it's what I do in myself. So it's really practical. It's being in the moment right now, feeling my feet, feeling the awareness, what is feeling my feet right now, the consciousness. Or if that sounds crazy for you, just like be in the moment, be in your body. And also like realizing that what I want it because of the feeling. And I start to feel that feeling more and more. And it's not easy. It's like my body feels uncomfortable with that feeling most of the time. So I try to feel it more and more, but just like a little bit. Like I try to train my body into getting used to the vibe and the emotions that I want to feel in my life. And like everyone can do that, because otherwise you wouldn't even want stuff in your life. The only reason you want stuff in your life is because you know how it feels, and your body knows, and that's how you want it. It's because you think it's going to make you feel the emotion you actually want. Otherwise, if it didn't make you feel in any way, any particular way, you wouldn't want it. So that's also something I focus on. I try to see, how is it gonna feel? Like, why do I want that? And in videos you see on the internet, it seems like it's so easy. You've got what you want, you feel into it as if it was there, and you attract it. But honestly, in my own experience, even when we don't speak about limiting beliefs and all that stuff, the mere feeling of what you want, just like getting your body used to feel it, it takes time, because your body is not used to it, because we're addicted to our current vibe and emotional state. We're holding on to it. And so that's how you attract an abundant life. It's by getting control over, being more aware of your patterns, and starting to do the shifts that feel good for you. Do whatever you want. If what I'm saying doesn't work for you, do something different. Do what actually pleases you. The most important thing is, I think, to become more and more aware, and to do the stuff that make us feel good, whatever it is. If it is not focusing on your body, but focusing on stuff in your imagination, then do that. Whew, yeah, I felt like really a surge to do these videos, because I did another one today, and Feels pretty good. Thanks for listening.